Hello! It has not been very long, actually. My last video, we talked about, or I answered, a majority of the questions from the 77 Witchy questions tag, and then the last third or so of my footage got corrected, so I'm gonna finish answering those questions today. Where do you buy your herbs? Meyer or the Dollar Tree? I'm not fancy with my herbs. I am a broke ass bitch. How did you feel casting your first circle? Silly, scared, stumbling, etc. I haven't cast a circle. I don't know. What was your first successful spell? My first and only spell was unsuccessful, so I'll get back to you once I've cast a spell. What is your general practice for meditation? I will sit with my legs crossed and my hands on or in or near my lap, and I will close my eyes and I'll say in, out, as I breathe in and out, and eventually I get to a place where I just stop saying in and out and I think about nothing, and then when I have decided enough time has passed, I will go back to saying in and out and then open my eyes. The real secret lies in what happens between when I say in and out and when I stop saying in and out, but I don't know what that secret is. Are you a daywalker or a nightcomer? Both. I love the night very much, and I have somehow, for some reason, been waking up earlier in the mornings. How and when did you know you wanted to be on this path? My Jewish heritage was kept from me, for valid reasons, but it was kept from me for a while. But I have always been drawn to Judaism and an academic and what I thought was appropriative interest, because for a while I was like, well, I'll just do these practices and be a Christian, and then I did some research and was like, oh, you can't do that, for good reason. But then I learned I was Jewish and started doing research and started engaging with it in a religious sense as well as an ethnic sense, and am now Jewish. But once I reached a different framework for viewing religion in general, it freed me to dispel some of the baggage I had around witchcraft, which was something I had also always been drawn to and dabbled in the past, but it was only in the context of Judaism that it made sense to me. What type of pagan are you? Wiccan, eclectic, hedge, etc. I'm not a pagan. I'm a Jewish witch. What candle color do you use most? White. It is the most easily available, and it is the most universal. You can do anything with a white candle. What area would you like to see your craft grow in? Everything. I want to learn about runes. I want to learn more about tarot. I want to learn more about divination in general. I want to learn more about astrology. I want to learn about mystic workings in Judaism. I want to learn about Kabbalah. I want to learn so much. You name it, I want it. What is your preference to buy or make your own tools? I have a very limited number of tools. They are all purchased, except my grimoire. The book was purchased, but the contents are obviously my own. So I guess my preference is to buy stuff. What fictional witch book / screen inspired you the most? There's this book called The Egypt Game, where these kids decided they were just going to practice ancient Egyptian rituals in the context of 21st century America, and that was very transformative for me. With your first spell, were you alone or in a coven? I was alone. I was 14. Did not know what I was doing. What is your favorite candle / incense scent for magical purposes? Candle? There's this one from Trader Joe's called Suit and Tie, which smells amazing. Incense? Frankincense. Where's your favorite place to go to reconnect with nature? Lake Michigan, like I mentioned in my last video. I think it's the most magical place I have ever been. If I cannot get to the lake, then any lake will do. I also have a jar. I don't have it with me currently in the place I am at, but I have a jar just of sand and water from Lake Michigan, so I can always be connected to that source. Do you believe in fantasy creatures, unicorns, gnomes, elves, fairies, etc.? No. Do you believe in ghosts / spirits? Ghosts, no. Spirits, yes. Would you ever teach the craft? Maybe? I definitely don't know enough now to be a teacher, but if I did know enough, I would love to. What, if any, legal herbs do you use for moods? I make tea when I'm sad. I make Irish breakfast with almond milk and honey when I'm sad, but that's about as extensive as my using mood stuff goes. I take antidepressants though. What is the most recent spell / ritual you have done? Slight detail, please. So the most recent spell I did was that one from when I was 14. I keep talking about it because it's the only one I have. The most recent ritual I'm gonna do tonight. the day I'm filming this is the day before Hanukkah starts. Or I guess Hanukkah starts tonight. So I'm gonna light my Hanukkah and I'm gonna do some reflecting on the year and reflecting on what it means to be celebrating the Festival of Lights in such a dark time. I haven't totally thought it out yet. There will be eating, there will be lots of fried foods. Do you have a happy place you go to during meditation? Not really. I just am not here. What is your favorite witchy book? The Tanakh? The Hebrew Bible? Seriously though, there's so much in there that is witchy and mystic and magical, even though people ostensibly believe that the text and the Jewish religion are against magic. It's so cool to go back and see how our ancestors engaged with it and what they felt was acceptable and how that has changed, and just the conversations that happen in the Talmud. I just think it's such a cool book. Do you have a ritual to get ready before a ritual or spell? What is it? I wash my hands. I make sure I'm clean. Do you always use your own spells or do you tweak others? The one I used was absolutely stolen and also absolutely tweaked because I did not have the supplies it called for. In the future, I will probably start by tweaking others and then hopefully progress to making my own. Do you prefer spells/rituals inside or outside? I love the idea of doing stuff outside. I've only ever done stuff inside though. If you are coming from a Christian/Catholic background, did you find the transition hard with family and the whole going to hell thing? Basically leaving all you told was right. I did a lot of internal work with this when I was first approaching Judaism, but my family doesn't know I'm Jewish any more than ethnically. We've not had a conversation about the fact that I am religiously also Jewish. So all of that work has been internal, and then by the time I started incorporating witchcraft into my Judaism because it felt like it belonged there, I had already done a lot of that deconstructing work. What are your totem animals? This feels like a question that only indigenous people should be able to answer, but I vibe with cats. I don't know enough about the concept of totem animals to be able to say for sure, even if I'm allowed to answer this question. What are some things you reuse after spells/ritual work? I reuse candle wax. A lot of people are like, you need to bury it, you need to burn it all completely, whatever. We have in my apartment a little wax melter, and I'll just stick it in there because I buy candles that smell good, and just because a ritual is over doesn't mean they stop smelling good. Who helped you most when you were starting on your path? I've mentioned them before, but Zandrasun and Jew witches were vital in my understanding, as was just the Jew witch tag on Tumblr, which is a scary place if you don't know what you're doing, but also full of a lot of people just authentically sharing their beliefs. You just have to sift through it. Do you know any good witchy phone apps like moon phases? I'm not really a tech witch. I don't jive with that. There was a time where I think it was called Dream Oracle was on my phone, and it talked a lot about zodiac stuff, but it just wasn't providing information I found helpful at the time. What is your favorite magical study? All of it, any of it. I guess the one that I like to engage in the most now is divination through tarot, but I love all of it so much. Outside of YouTube and Facebook community, do you have a lot of witchy friends in the physical world? I have one Christo-pagan friend. That's it. It is difficult already because I'm a Jew who goes to a Christian university, so I don't find many opportunities to talk about my faith, and then the few people who do know I'm Jewish, 99% of them do not know that witchcraft is a part of it, because I feel this obligation to be a token Jew, to represent Judaism authentically or whatever, to prepackage it and be like, here, this is what it is, even though that is absolutely not how Judaism works. You ask 2 Jews a question and you'll get 3 answers. Everybody's path is unique. There are so many mainstream branches, and then within that, everybody's path is unique. There's no way to be a token Jew. That doesn't stop me from trying, though. Do you feel that the deities we work with are a force from one higher power, and that all beliefs and religions are from the same one God/place? Kind of. So I believe there's one God, Hashem, Adonai. Allah just means God. Some people who believe in Allah are Jewish, just because that term means God. Whatever you want to call him. I believe that this one God is the Jewish God. So I do not believe any other religions have the truth. And I certainly don't believe in polytheism or atheism, but I believe that while Jews are called to have a special relationship with God on earth, to do the work of Tikkun Olam, which is restoring the earth with God, and to have a special relationship with God, I believe that everyone will go to the same place when we die, and that we all will have a relationship with God that is loving and positive and beneficial. It might be a layover of Christianity that I am a universalist, but that's not the focus of of my work, the focus is on how can I be kind today? How can I be kind to others? How can I be kind to the earth? How can I be kind to God? How can I be kind to myself? What can I do in this moment that is most kind? I'm not really concerned with the future trademark. And that's it. This is a much shorter video to record. I'm sure it'll be much shorter once it's edited. But yeah, we have reached the end of the 77 Witchy questions tag. So thank you for stopping by. Also, here's my cat. He keeps trying to step on my keyboard, and it is a contentious situation.